What's going on, guys? It's the Synth Bard here. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're gonna play some industrial music. That's right, we're gonna play some industrial music. Now, I'm gonna split this video into 3 parts. The first part will be focusing on the patch I made for the Behringer Pro-1. The second video will be focusing on the patch I made for the ASM Hydrasynth. And the third video will be putting it all together. So as far as this video goes, I'm gonna do a jam for you guys after I explain the patch to show you guys you don't need a lot of synths. You don't need to keep buying all these synths. You don't need to fill up your house with all these synths. You can make amazing music with just one synth. Just by itself, the Pro-1 sounds amazing. You know, the Behringer Pro-1 is my first hardware synthesizer. It's also my only analog synthesizer. So this is what has been teaching me synthesis. And I've had VSTs for years. I never really understood it at all until I had hardware. So for people who are on the fence if they want hardware or if they need hardware, it really comes down to, do you want to treat it like an actual instrument? Because that's what it is. I used to be very anti-electronic music. Funny enough, I was very anti. I was like, oh no, it needs to be acoustic. Electric music isn't real music. And it's funny how our ideas change over time. So let's take a look at what they can do. Hey guys, here's the patch for the Pro-1. I'm controlling all of the notes played via the circuit. Let's start playing oscillator A. Oh, that's just a bunch of noise. Let's actually turn up oscillator A so we can hear it. Ah, sounds beautiful. For this patch, we're using both oscillators A and B, and as you can see, both of them have their square waves turned on. This is important for this patch because we make use of pulse width modulation. But first, let's make sure our oscillators are in tune. Let's just tune that up real quick. Beautiful. Always tune your oscillators, guys. So there are a few things going on this patch. One, we are using the LFO, connecting it to the filter in the modulation matrix, and sweeping the cutoff. I have the frequency of the LFO turned all the way down, so it's a long change over time. Now we're not just sweeping the filter, we also have connected in the modulation matrix sweeping the pulse width of both oscillators A and B. You'll have to fiddle around with the placements of your pulse width knobs for both oscillators. This is because if you have an LFO that has a large depth, then you can actually be sweeping the square wave out of its audible range. So just experiment and find what works best for you. I also make use of resonance in this patch. Now, not every synth is like this, but the Pro-1 is the type where as you turn resonance up, the bass drops out. The boosted harmonics you get from the resonance adds a really nice texture to the sound. So manually modulating that in a performance is something you guys should also try. I go between the different releases on this patch as well. When I want it to get snappy with the repeat, I'll turn it down. I also like to play around with the LFO rate. Switch the octaves around. And you gotta have your arpeggiator on. Pro-1 only has up and up down. I find myself gravitating towards up down more often than not. The noise in there sounds nice. I also have sync mode turned off. When sync mode is off, you have slight detuning between the oscillators, which fattens up the sound a little bit, almost like a natural chorus. Now all that's left is to put some drums on it.